Big road trip coming up. You're traveling a long distance. Does traveling time zones affect players in your experience?
Well, we don't talk about it with our team. I don't think we should. Generally, it's been regarded that when you go and you lose hours going east, 2 time zones versus coming west where you gain 2 hours, that it's detrimental. But it's not something that we talk about, just like we don't talk about Matt Wilms not being able to play with us right now. We can't do anything about it. You control what you can control, and we're not looking for excuses. But depending on the trip, it can be a real problem.
I would think you go down to Florida a more confident basketball team than what you came here 2 weeks ago.
You would hope. But does confidence mean that you're unrealistic? I don't know. You make every shot. If we don't against Middle Tennessee, we've got issues. So we got to practice hard against 2 teams that we're not totally familiar with because we don't see them a lot.
When you're getting a little thin bench-wise, is it to the point where you change your practices and change your minutes during game, monitor-wise?
This depends on how mad I am. I think that you have to be cognizant of the fact that we don't have a lot of legs. We already have to give them 1 day a week off. So what you do with those other 4 days, I think this time of year you can scale back. But we got 2 young men in Hooper Vent and New Stallworth that need some practice time right now. So there's a balance.
Those 2 players are going to be big for you for the next month.
Yeah, they have to be. And I thought they represented themselves fairly well in the last ball game. We got to reduce the number of Hooper Vent's 3s versus 2s. Shot-wise, he's 6'11", sometimes thinks he's 5'11", but we're going to get that squared away here the next couple of days of practice.
Still toying with pulling a red shirt, or has that idea been floated and rejected?
I just don't feel comfortable doing it to the kids who've had 21 games. We're going to make do with what we got.
Coach, what's changed, ever since probably the early part of the second half? You guys were down 9 to 8, and then you just kind of flipped, and ever since then you guys have kind of continued to find the rhythm. What's changed since then?
Well, we made free throws and we made a couple threes. What we didn't do in the first half against UAB, what we didn't do over at Marshall, what we didn't do over at Western Kentucky. I think you can point towards that. I mean, those are empty possessions. The threes not so much as the free throws. The free throws are no different than a turnover. And when they go in, it adds possessions to the game.
How important is Irvin Morris becoming?
Well, he's been important all year long. We played in a different role, starter coming up the bench. JUCO guys, generally, you don't see the best of them until their senior year, but he's been very good for us on some nights. And some nights he'd like to have a possession or 2 back, and we would as well. But we're glad he's here. He's been a great addition.
It seems like every time you need that spark, he's the guy that's leading.
Yeah.
Duo when you need the point.
Can be at times. Not every time, but can be. There have been a couple of nights where we wanted to do it.
Do you see any difference in your players practice-wise in these past 2 games?
No, I think we've been a good practice team. We really have. We've been a very, very good practice team. I think a lot of who we've been is the free throw line. And that's a big part of basketball. You try to get there a lot. You want to make them. You try to keep the other team off the line. And we really need to continue to make free throws. And I think we can do that and go at a high level, then we're going to be okay.
What was your reaction to the final play in this game?
The final play in the ball game? Well, I love Pete Carroll. I worked with Pete for 4 years, and he's won a lot of games. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame in both college and a pro game. He knows his team better than I know his team. He knew the situation better than I knew the situation. So, it's pulling for Pete, and it didn't work out.
With the team a little low on depth, particularly with Matt being out for a while, do you play differently as far as fouls are concerned, or even cognizant of that?
Not really. I'm just playing my game. You do have to be smart on the defensive end. With Matt being out, we're really going to miss him. So, in a way, yeah, you do kind of got to watch yourself out there.
Talk about this coming week, long trip to Florida.
Yeah, this is a big trip for us. It'd be really nice to get 2 wins on the road here and go +4 in conference. So it's a big trip for us.
Do you have any problem, going through 2 time zones like you guys are going to do, or is it not a difference at all?
It really doesn't catch up to you. I mean, once we're on the road, we have a lot of downtime at the hotel, so it's a lot of resting anyway, so it's good for us.
You guys, you're struggling early, in your game against UAB, and you guys were able to kind of pick it up, go in the second half, and kind of on that roll since. What changed from that moment?
We got a lot of guys talking. Our teams really came together these last couple games, and like I said, a lot of guys are talking to each other, getting each other fired up. That second half we came out a lot better than we did when we started that game, but we knew we would have to step it up.
Looking at the conference, I mean, a lot of people are wondering if you guys can recover from those 2 losses and 1 back-to-back games. How do you approach the season?
Yeah, we just got to keep playing game by game and try to get every win we can. This is an important stretch for us. These 2 wins on the road would be huge for our season, so we need to give it everything we have this weekend.
You were rooting for the Seahawks because your Packers weren't in it. Can you believe that ending?
That was crazy. I don't know why they didn't give it to Marshawn, just let him run it in. But I think that's what everyone's saying. But it happens, I guess. I just wish Green Bay was in it, but we won't talk about that.
What was your exact reaction to that play when you saw that?
Last night?
Yeah.
I was just shocked. I felt bad for Richard Sherman. I was watching his reaction. I felt bad for those guys. They had a shot and they just didn't finish.
Do you realize you're the first person ever to say I feel bad for Richard Sherman?
Yeah, I don't know. He's a different cat, but I do like him. He gets the media going. I like that. So.
I think the big question is, I want to know where we can get socks like that.
Yeah, they gave me these socks actually.
Hooper, you suddenly have a big month ahead with due to injuries, you're getting more playing time. How do you look at the next couple weeks?
It's just a great opportunity for myself, playing wise, to get to play more. I love it. Obviously, we'll miss Matt. Great guy, great player, but I'm just ready to step up and fill in whatever I got to do to help us win games. I'm ready to do whatever I got to do.
Are you feeling more confident as you get more playing time?
Yes, playing time definitely gives you more confidence. Just getting out there and playing with the team and contributing gives me a lot of confidence.
Does Tim ever talk about you being more aggressive, both in shooting and rebounding, and using your physical presence on the court?
Oh yeah, he always tells me to be aggressive. He says I can shoot it, and he doesn't hold me back at all. He wants me to go out there and play good defense, block shots, play hard offensively, do post moves, whatever I got to do, he lets me do it.
Thank you much.
Second to go with the 1, what are you going?
Yeah, that's tough, man. You gotta run it with Marshawn. He said they loaded it up. They wanted to get 3 plays in. I could see that maybe, but that was a great defensive play. It was even crazy that they were on the goal line with that catch before that, though. It was a great game. I got to give it to Marshawn.